With winter setting in, I just ran into something very interesting in the shop, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. When wood glue dries, the evaporating water pulls the adhesive particles together, chemically clamping them and forming a film that fills the joint or gap. But what happens whenever it's below the working temperature? Now, as you can see in the shop right now, it's about 38 degrees, which is not ideal for woodworking. And this is Titebond 3, which has a working temperature of about 45 degrees. It is below that working temperature here now. So, the chalk point of Titebond 3, which describes the lowest working temperature you can use before the wood glue cold fails, is around 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's recommended to work above that in the 50s or so if possible. Glue chalking is described as a failure of the glue to set due to the ambient or even the temperature of the wood being below the working temperature. The properties of a cold environment cause the water within the glue to not evaporate properly and deposit and bind the adhesive molecules or the adhesive particles. The moisture within the glue will be left suspended partially for one, and the glue never initiates the actual bonding. This is known as chalking, and it can be identified by a chalky white film left. It means your glue joint has failed to bond. It's not going to have very much holding strength. It may appear glued as normal, but it's going to be a weak joint. So now I'm going to glue some blocks up. These two are going to be a control. I'm going to glue them once I go inside. You'll see tomorrow. These I'm going to glue here right now, and we're going to leave them in the workshop overnight. And then tomorrow, I'm just going to hit them with a hammer and see which one stays together. That's going to stay there overnight. Alright, now for some reason I did not get any audio off these clips, so I'm just going to give you a little voiceover here. On the right was the chalked glue. The left cured indoors. It was perfectly fine. And I'm going to take my maple mallet there and I'm just going to beat the crap out of them for a minute. Now, the one from the indoors, get several good hits in, nothing. On the right, 2 and 3, it fails. Nothing there on the left. And you can see, I'm going to show it here, it did split the wood on that bottom half. However, the other half is that chalky white. It's the glue that did not bond because it was too cold. I'm not even sure if the other half did bond or if the wood just gave out first. This isn't an empirical scientific test, but it really does go to show that that stuff just did not. There, the indoor guy gave it a much better whack, and you can see that the stuff that cured indoor, the wood is the only thing that failed. Just you have that little sliver of wood that just ripped it right out. And then the stuff that cured outside in the cold shop, the only part of the wood that failed is that tiny little strip, about half of it. And the other half you can see is that chalky white glue. And yeah, it put like this, it's kind of clear. I was surprised by this. I had seen a little bit about chalk temps, and I wanted to test it for myself and see what happens. And this does not bode well for working in the shop this winter. I'm going to have to figure out some shop heating. Hope this helped someone out. I know that Titebond and other companies talk about chalk temps, but I think actually seeing it demonstrated is something that I haven't seen a video on this myself. So I might do a better one in the future when I'm a little bit more set up for it. I just kind of pumped this out really quick while I was working on another video, which is going to be coming soon. I have to finish up on it. There's a lot of work to be done, so that'll be coming in the near term. And until then, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.